Hi guys, how are you all today morning? Good morning. In this verse of Ashtavakra Gita, Ashtavakra tells Raja Janaka, have faith, my son, have faith. You are knowledge, you are the self, you are the Lord, you are away from this nature. Understand this, remember this, believe this, and be happy and blissful ever. Very strange verse indeed. Ashtavakra was 16 years old, whereas Raja Janaka was at least 60 years old when they became master and disciple. Strangely, 16-year-old Ashtavakra was the master and 60-year-old Janaka was the disciple. That does not mean that the spiritual teacher should address his spiritual disciple as son. Then why did Ashtavakra do so? Because when he said son, he did not actually mean Raja Janaka. He was referring to those disciples, those living entities, and those devotees and spiritualists who would be reading Ashtavakra Gita and learning from what Raja Janaka achieved. His address of son was aimed at these disciples who were certainly younger than him and who would be coming generation after generation, centuries after centuries. Ashtavakra was certainly older than those living entities who wanted to learn from Ashtavakra Gita. Here the words are, have faith, my son. This shows that Ashtavakra wants us to believe that if we seek God spiritually, then we must have faith in ourselves that we will ultimately achieve that goal, even if it takes a long time. Have faith, my son. Have faith. You are the knowledge. Here, knowledge means knowledge of the self. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said in Jnana Yoga, spiritual knowledge of the self burns all the good and bad unworked karma of a devotee. He or she does not have to work on them anymore. That is what indirectly Ashtavakra is saying here. You are the knowledge. That means you are having the knowledge of the self. You are the self. That means that once you have the knowledge of the self, you start trying to abide by the self. And so, once you abide by the self, or you begin to abide by the self, you become the self. You are the Lord. That is a very physical statement. Lord does not mean that you dominate over others. Lord means You are the Lord of your own karma and destiny. Nobody can dictate terms to you once you abide by yourself. In that case, you know what is good for you and what is not. You don't get attached to this universe. And that is what is the last phrase. You are away from the nature. You are away from your mind-body complex and hence away from this universe and naturally away from the nature. The five senses and the five evils and other disturbances, including false ego, do not disturb or affect you. Once you have self-knowledge, once you abide by the self, once you meditate through your third eye within, when you contemplate with your soul and your super soul, when you recognize them, when you identify with yourself, when you know that your real identity is Brahman, you can go back to Godhead at the right time. You don't have to bother about any disturbance or confusion that will be created by this universe. You have come to know that neither are you this mind-body complex, nor are you affected by the vibes in this universe. You are independent. You are the Lord. You have the knowledge of the self. You abide by the self. And hence, this is what every living entity who is interested in self-realization must seek. Kindly let me know what you think of my talk on this subject. If you sincerely feel that I am talking sense, then kindly subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that I can inform you of my other videos. Please feel free to share your ideas, thoughts, theories, doubts, quizzes, opinions, etc. with me so that we may join together, brainstorm together and come up with new theories which will be beneficial not only to us but to the future generation of living entities as well. After all, people from the future may also be interested in spirituality. Please pardon me for any error, mistake or blunder in my spelling, grammar, diction, appearance, etc. because when I am talking to you on spiritual and material matters seriously, I tend to ignore these frivolous things. Till we meet in my next video, it is good morning from TSV Raghavan.